Hey, my name is Brendan, and I have the set of metal D&D dice, which I really like, but I dislike the metal carrying case it came with. It's too small, doesn't really hold them that well, and isn't very interesting. So, I'm going to build a new one. I came up with this rough sketch of the design, which was then turned into a Dimension 3D model and a list of components. My goals of the project was a dice case and tray large enough to roll multiple dice within it on a desk, and to have a good weight and look to it. Keeping manufacturability in mind, I went with a simple design and stuck to using straight rectangular pieces of common board and plywood, which would be cut and joined together using wood glue and nails. I planned for several finishing operations, which included sanding, wood staining, and polyurethane gloss coating. First step was cutting and sizing all the wooden components. One problem I quickly ran into was accounting for tolerances and the width of the saw blade when cutting. Due to cutting uneven planes, I had to correct or redo several of the wooden components. After all the wood pieces were cut and sized, I then began the process of staining it to give it a darker, aged look. I ended up doing 2 coats of stain to get the look that I wanted. For some added decoration, I did a quick sketch of the D&D ampersand logo over the front cover of the case, which I plan on carving out and staining a darker color. The detail work ended up taking considerably longer than I'd expected, and ended up being a very difficult shape to carve out due to the curving lines and small cuts. Joining the pieces together was pretty quick. I hammered the nails into the corner pieces and then covered them with a bit of wood glue and stain. I quickly realized that several of the blocks were not planar or perpendicular to each other, which took some extra sanding work to grind them down. I used more wood glue to attach the interior felt pieces for rolling the dice. I molded oven-baked clay to hold the dice, which was then attached to the interior lid cover plate. After everything was set and done, I then added an exterior gloss finish to the outside of the box to protect it and give it a nice sheen. And after all of that, here is the completed product. Overall, I am quite happy with how it ended up, despite some mistakes along the way. The exterior finish and weight of the box are almost exactly for what I'd hoped for. But if I were to repeat this project having access to a wood shop, I would switch over to using a bandsaw for my cutting operations and a wood planer in order to fix some of the manufacturing issues I had. I would also try out laser engraving for the front cover design, as the carving step was by far my longest process. As you can see, the dice tray works for rolls, and I'll be using this in the near future. Thanks for watching.